Beach ready.
Raise your fist to the air. Tunes Brothers everywhere. Rockin' loud, feel the sound. Tunes Brothers smashing ground. Whoa, rebels with guitars in hand. Raise your fist. Raise your fist.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tunes Brothers. I am Darren. With us is Liquid Lester, Scotty G, and of course the Rob Father. How you doing, fellas?
Great.
Doing all right, mate.
I know you're
Feelings hurt a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry about your Commanders. Now you're like the rest of us are
Redskins, bro.
out of the running. Sorry, your foreskins.
Yeah. There, I'll take it.
All right. Man,
Anything but
I hear you
Commanders,
take
bro.
it. Take it like the Commanders took it today. I mean, the Redskins. Yeah. All right. On tonight's docket,
That's right.
we have the Dave Butt album from the band out of Massachusetts, Boston. Yeah, I got that too. The 1976 album that broke some records as far as fastest selling, most selling debut. I mean, I think it sold over 17 million copies in record time. So quite an amazing feat. Tom Scholz was the multi instrument playing, individual guitars, keyboards, was an MIT graduate that had built a studio in the basement of his home. Spent a couple of grand to put together the demo, shopped it. I mean, record companies loved it. So that's what we're talking about tonight. Liquid, what did you think of it?
I loved listening to this album. I listened to this album for about like 5 different times to solidify my list. And once I was finally happy with it, I was like, okay, satisfied. But this album, I would never, put it past anybody. If I would listen to Boston, I'd say this would be the album to go to introduce Boston. Successfully a commercial band. You hear them on commercials, TVs, movies. Tom Scholz started around 1969, I believe. His first song was Foreplay, which was originally an instrumental, if I'm not mistaken. The man's talented.
Yeah, he was in a band that had a couple of the other guys from Boston, including Brad Delp, called Mother's Milk, that they were in together before forming Boston.
That I didn't know.
Scotty.
Okay, man, Boston, dude. What can you say about this debut album, man? I've been in touch with this album pretty much since it's come out, man. This is
And he's out.
Oh, Scotty, what would cause that? I mean, he's got that with that last episode you weren't on, Darren, or you only checked in for a few minutes. That happened nonstop with him. He just gets booted.
Could be a server issue.
I mean, cell phone carrier, because he's still using his phone, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see what he's got to say.
I mean, maybe if he didn't close out Pornhub in time, maybe that's
I don't know, man.
Go ahead. Continue your thought.
Did Rob go? Or you want me to go while I got time still?
Keep going.
Yeah, 1976 classic, man. I've always loved this album, dude, and that's never changed. This last time around, man, it was absolutely spectacular and actually better than I actually realized it was like a lot of things that I do, um, and heavier. What can you say about Tom and Brad, man? I mean, yeah, the drummer Jim, spectacular. Based the sound of this album in 1976, dude. The leads are fucking phenomenal, and the vocals, the harmonizing, the high pitches, bro. This is a rocking fucking album. That's my take, and I stand by it, bro.
Oh, my turn.
Yeah, last but not least, the Rob Father.
All right, it's a decent album. I don't hate anything on here, but at the same time, this is another one of the bands, at least this album, where every song seems to be cut from the same mold. All of ZZ Top or AC/DC or whatever band you want to plug in there. There's not much diversity in their music at all. I agree with Scott. The leads are awesome, but if you really listen to it, most of the songs have the same lead licks. And I'm not talking about the solos. I'm just saying when they add their lead fills. And I'll tell you, it's not every song, but it's far too often. I hate that Doors-ish fucking church organ. That has no place in rock and roll. But like I said, overall, I don't hate anything on here. This is a band I would have on in the background if you're playing cards or something like that. This is not a band I would ever put on a playlist or pump up the jam with. It just doesn't do much for me. It's easy listening music. It's good music. The singer's incredibly talented. I don't know if his name is Jim, John, Johanna. I don't care.
Brad.
Boston has never been a band where the personalities mattered. It's a good album. That's about all I can give it. It's nothing that stands out to me.
Damn.
Well, I guess that kind of surprises me in a way, but all right.
Yeah, easy listening. Shit.
Like, I mean, I don't want to say I agree wholeheartedly. I think this is a tremendous album, honestly.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't say the songs sound alike, but I think they're right. They're very similar to the fact where nothing is a really big change of pace, right? It doesn't go between rock and funk or whatever. It's just good rock. Now, granted, it is 70s rock. It's not metal. And I know that we do a lot of metal reviews or metal shows, right? I think most of us still gravitate towards that kind of music overall, but I still think, I mean, there's a reason for me. There's a reason why this album did as well as it did, because it is good. It's very good.
Yeah,
it is. You guys are acting like I shit on it. I just said
No. I'm
it's
just
a good album. It's just
shocked that it's just blasé, right?
Yeah, it's just not something that I would choose to listen to on purpose. It's not my kind of music, and I'm not just metal.
Okay.
I love 70s rock. This is a little lighter, and I'll get to that in some of my reviews. This is something a little different than 70s rock, like you would expect from Foreigner type stuff. This is not that heavy guitar rock stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, it is.
To me, it's more like to me it's arena music almost. Arena rock. If you want to put a category, that like I mentioned, and like you guys mentioned, a lot of it does sound the same. But that's something I like about Boston. They don't really change much, and they really didn't.
That's fine. That's fair.
Yeah, their sound.
Yeah.
But I think Scott's misunderstanding. When I say this is not guitar rock, I'm not talking about the solos. The solos are spectacular. There's no crunch driving rhythm, dirty white boy type music here. This is very keyboard driven. And there goes Scott. But that's just my take. So,
all right.
No, that's
no. Again, your opinion. You're welcome to it. I know that you didn't shit on it. And
Oh yeah, and I know you.
get a break
I
from
know as
Rob
well.
for a moment. All right. No, all right. So, well, I'll go ahead and get us started. My number 8 song, and again, I like everything on here, but with you have to put something at the bottom, and for me, that's the song "Something About You." I still gave
Ooh.
this. I still gave this song a 4 out of 5. Like I said, it's a really good. It's a really good tune. I just like everything else just a tiny bit more overall. Again, nothing wrong with it. I own this album, and Rob says he wouldn't be in the mood for it. There is a time where I am in the mood for this album, obviously, and I can listen to it straight through without skipping. So Something About You is number 8. Liquid.
Oh, my number 8 is Foreplay / Long Time. Reasons being, like you said, Darren, there's nothing wrong with this album. Not only did I had to put it on my number 8, it's just a very long intro, and I don't like long intros for songs for some reason. I just don't know what it is. I'm just not a big fan of long intros. So my number 8, Foreplay Long Time.
Scotty.
All right. My number 8, and probably the only song that I really don't care about that much. It's the only song on here that I can listen to it, but it's my least favorite, put it that way. It's Let Me Take You Home Tonight. That one I can understand Rob when he's talking about a song like that. But that's about it, man. That's about the only one on here that won't, pretty much freaking rip your ears off, man, when they start rocking, bro. And maybe that's why I don't like the song as good. It's just too, so that's why it fell at number 8 for me. It's the weakest song on here, in my opinion. It's the last song on here, too, right?
Yeah, it is the last track on the album.
Yeah. Never been a fan of that one that much.
You're up, Rob.
Me? Let Me Take You Home Tonight. This is about the only song on here I would say is really generic and filler. I don't love all the songs, but even the ones I'm not crazy about, I wouldn't classify filler. But this one just doesn't measure up to the other 7.
All right.
Now, I agree with that. I agree with everything you just said, Dan, bro. This is not a filler album, except that song.
No.
I feel the same way.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And it is that song, Let Me Take You Home Tonight, that I have at number 7. So, yeah, because I started it off.
What was your number? What was your 8?
Something About You.
Okay, never mind.
So, yeah, it is on the, compared to the rest, it's on the weaker side. Again, I still like the song. But I mean, yeah, it's 1976 when this came out. I sure as hell wasn't listening to this album at 3. I don't know when I would have started listening to Boston. I mean, this album did have 3 songs that got quite a bit of radio play. Still does. And generic compared to the rest of the stuff that I started listening to and still listen to, yeah, it is. But in 76, I don't know where it would have fallen as far as compared to the rest of the stuff that was out. But yeah, Let Me Take You Home Tonight to my number 7.
Well, Rob, ring the bell again. My number 7 is Let Me Take You Home Tonight. Again, nothing wrong with the song. There's, like Scott said, there's no filler on this album, but maybe except for this song. Just really a superb album to me. Really, it is. I can listen to this album over and over and over again with no hesitations.
I guess Scott didn't like your answer because he just dropped.
It's not. That's okay. Not everybody will.
Yeah.
We'll wait for him. He'll be back shortly.
This would be a good time for a Beavis and Butthead promo.
Okay, number 7. Yeah. I would have to say, now, I know that this is a fan favorite from a lot of people on this album, and actually, this is one of the releases on this album, and this isn't one you hear on the radio a lot. But, and 7 Up, I like this song. It's Peace of Mind. Peace of Mind. It is played on the radio. If you put it on a classic rock station around here, man, you're going to hear about 4 of these songs on this album on rotation to this day. But that's one of them. And I like Peace of Mind. Great song. For the album, great hit for them. It's never been my favorite one on here, man. That's how good this album is to me. Pretty much the rest of them on here, the rest of them are all playlists for me. 6 and up is all playlists for me. All right.
Okay, number 7 for me is Hitch a Ride. Again, this is where easy listening music comes in when I'm talking about it, as well as this is the furthest thing from 70s rock that there can be. This is 60s hippie Woodstock music. This is something I would expect out of Jefferson Airplane or somebody like that. Just not a rock song, more of a hippie man bun wearing coffee shop song. Don't hate it. It just, again, this album is full of just okay songs for me, and that's where that one falls.
All right. My number 6 is the aforementioned Hitch a Ride. So again, it is a little bit slower than the rest of the stuff. I think it's on the unfiltered side, which I don't mind. There's no grand theme here in this, except for just, going through with the entire journey, as far as, when it was safe, I guess, to hitch a ride, without ending up buried somewhere in the desert or wherever. But yeah, Hitch a Ride, number 6.
All right, my number 6 is Something About You. Great song. I think the tempo was really good. I don't really have much to say about this album, guys. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Playlist.
Number
really.
6 for me being the band. Something About You, man. Yeah. And damn, man, you talking about some pipes, bro. This guy can fucking sing, bro. This guy, thank God I got to see him before he, hung himself or whatever he done. Michael Sweet sung for them after that for a while. But Something About You, man, I love it. I think it's a rocking tune, man. The leads, like I said, Tom, a distinctive sound, man, with that Gibson Les Paul, man. Bad ass to the bone, dude. Love it. Number 6.
All right.
Very dark again.
Yeah.
Prairie Dog. Love it.
All right. Fuck this. Let's go. Number 6 for me. Trifecta of Something About You. Not a bad song, a very forgettable song. I mean, nobody's
I agree.
debating the pipes this guy has. Although I will recommend everybody out there, there is a video on YouTube with Michael and Michael Sweet Osfox from Striper with TNT Harnell singing, and
I gotta
they
check that
do
out.
fabulous
Oh,
rendition.
They nail it.
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen that video. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, and that's More Than a Feeling is what they're doing, and my God, is that a good cover that they do. But yeah, there you go. Three of us with Something About You at number 6.
All right.
Oh, okay.
My number 5 is the song Rock and Roll Band. I think this, I mean, it has some flash and some finesse. I mean, this is from here on up, this is playlist stuff. I really like this song. I think this one in particular was meant to stir the senses a bit. And I like how they're humble, right? I mean, we're just another band out of Boston, is one of the lyrics. An excellent reminder of the real reason why the music was made in the first place. I mean, this is an overnight success story. I mean, and I think there's, a lot of bands and a lot of individuals, even like Elvis and the Beatles and the Stones, they were basically in the same boat, right? I mean, those weren't bands or individuals that were, Elvis didn't come from another band. They weren't super groups that already had success. But like I said, these guys were an overnight sensation. So I think they definitely brought something that was missing at the time. Again, I wasn't in the music scene at 3, so I don't know exactly what that would have been. But like I said, I really dig this song, even though it seems to, it's at number 5 for me. But Rock and Roll Band, number 5.
My number 5 will be Hitchin' a Ride.
Well, we got an echo.
Yes, we do. Is it gone?
It's gone.
There we go. My number 5 is Hitchin' a Ride. I play this song just driving down the highway, cruising, really. Tom is amazing guitarist, let alone musician.
You know who else used to play this song on a daily basis rolling down the highway, hitching a ride, was Jeffrey Dahmer. Just
Really?
hoping to see someone hitching a ride.
That would not. Honestly, that wouldn't really surprise me. The guy was a freak.
I'm completely fucking with you. Go ahead.
Ted Bundy. Okay.
My paint
number
chips.
5. Ring the bell, rock and roll band. Everybody's waiting, crazy, anticipating love and music, man.
Get
Practicing right out in
closer to the
streets,
microphone, please.
Do what?
You got quiet when you pop back. Can you turn your volume up?
Don't lean too far away from the
How's
Nokia.
that? You got me?
Go again, talking. That's better.
Okay. All right. Rock and roll band, man. Number 5. Somebody else, I think, had it at number 5. Great song, man. I love the feel and vibe of this song. This is a good time party song right here, man, talking about the struggles of making it, practicing out in the streets. Yeah, man. I love it. Great song, man. I always have loved that one, too. Rock and roll band.
Okay.
Number 5.
Number 5 for me. Tommy was a lot nicer in sharing the opinion on this one. Foreplay Long Time. This is like my brother's favorite Boston song. I can't stress to you how much I fucking hate that goddamn Foreplay intro. It's
Well, you've never
beyond.
been a big fan of foreplay at all, have you? I mean,
Oh, foreplay, yes. It's the actual intercourse that I could do without. Now, this goes beyond a long intro, which I agree with Tommy completely. Get that shit. If you want an instrumental, put an instrumental track. Don't make me listen to 2 to 3 fucking minutes before the song starts. There goes Scott. But it's a terrible instrumental on top of it. It's a horrible fucking riff. It's got some kind of weird fucking
Twang. Yeah, that
cartoon bass playing in there. This is
Cello.
what I hate about super groups, if you will, or people who are outstanding musicians at and this was big in the 70s. They all got to masturbate on their instrument for 30 seconds, then the next person, the next, just to show off how good they are. I don't give two shits. Get to the song. I don't care if you're a world-renowned, musician. Fuck off. The song "Long Time" is awesome, but because it's attached to that obnoxious intro, it falls at number 5.
right. Moving on to number 4. Something Rob, I'm surprised hasn't done yet on this podcast, and that's "Smoking."
Oh shit! I had like 3 of them already.
No, again, it's still a good song. I love the riff. I don't think it ever lets up in the whole song. Again, Brad is excellent on here. But
okay,
again,
for us laymen who couldn't pick a member of Boston out of a fucking lineup, who the fuck is Brad? You're saying
Brad's
his
the
name's
singer.
Thank
okay,
you.
but you're talking about these guys like they're Steven Tyler and Paul Stanley and Vince Neil that are very recognized. I have no idea who's in this band.
All right.
They are
Brad
people
Delp.
To be honest, they have a lot of members, and I looked around the list of how many members they've had, and I was like, holy crap, they've had a lot. And a female
and I
singer
know
too,
I've
apparently.
mentioned this before, but I mean, this band only had, I think, 5 studio albums, and they went a long time.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, and this is a long time ago for a band who hasn't been around in 40 years. It's hard to care who each member is.
Brad Delp, he was the original singer who is no longer with us. But yeah, I think he shines on this. What?
When did they have a new singer?
Michael Sweet. Michael Sweet
No,
from
no,
Stripe or something.
that they actually recorded with.
I thought it was Tom Schultz doing all the singing.
I don't know. Did they record anything
No.
without?
I'm just wondering because I've never heard a Boston song.
I don't think they
that sounded like
recorded
Sweet.
any albums without Brad.
Okay, that's all I was wondering.
But
Yeah.
anyway, "Smoking" is my number 4.
My number 4 is Rock and Roll Band. I gotta tell you, this song made me want to go pick up a guitar and want to learn half of the song, especially man, it just makes you want to be part of a rock and roll band. Just going back to the roots of it, to making it. Great song, great lyrics, love it. Rock and roll band, number 4.
All right, number 4. I hate to say it, but I think I matched up with Darren again with "Smoking." Just keep on toking. Yeah, man, this is a high octane rocker right here, bro. It never slows down. Never. They kick ass on it, man, all the way through. I can't say enough about about Tom and the lead guitars, man. Hot damn, dude. He's the real mastermind behind the band anyway. But yeah, "Smoking" is fantastic, man. It is an awesome rocking freaking tune, man. Always loved it. Like I said, there's 6 songs on here. It's playlist for me. So, number 4, "Smoking."
Okay, number 4 for me. Lockstep with Liquid Lester again. Rock and Roll Band. One of the 2 songs that I would actually consider a rock song on this album. And it's a really, really good tone to set. I like what they're doing here. I wish they had done a little bit more of this heavier stuff. But that's where that falls for me, number 4.
All right. Number 3. This is where I put the song Peace of Mind. Again, another great tune. Brad's vocals are a highlight here. The long held out note before the solo is tremendous.
I just got a mouthful of grounds. That's fucking horrible.
Now you know how she feels.
I'll be back. Oh.
That's awesome.
Oh.
All right. So, yeah, Peace of Mind. I think this one, so this is the second track on the album. I think this one was kind of meant to soothe the people after, the opening track. But again, it's still a great tune. It's in my playlist, definitely, and that's Peace of Mind.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
My number 3 is Smokin'. Rock song, very rock song for Boston. Classic tune. It's played on the radio quite frequently here. It's on my playlist. Amazing. Smokin'.
Yep, that's another one that's played a lot too, man. You're right. Number 3 for me is one that Rob hates, and I love the Foreplay. I love it. That's some rocking shit, bro. And I'm not crazy about the organ either in music, but for some reason they make it work. I love it in theirs. I can't say that too much about anybody else that I know of. But yeah, Foreplay, long time, man. That is, I know it's long, but I dig longer songs too, man. I like long intros if they're rocking, if they sound good, if they're not boring to me. I got nothing against them, man. So yeah, Foreplay, long time. I can do with Foreplay or not, but I like it.
All right. My number 3, jiving with Darren on this one, Peace of Mind. This is a hit and miss song for me. This is the harmony I hate, but it's got awesome guitar riffs through this thing, but that it's got that hippie Woodstocky harmony in the chorus, and I can't stand that. Be it Grateful Dead or whatever the hell it is. I don't know. I didn't hear anybody who ever played in Woodstock. All I know is when I hear that high-pitched harmony that almost sounds like, women, it just turns my stomach. I can't stand the chorus of this song. But other than that, the music is awesome.
All right. Number 2. This is where I put the songs Foreplay and Long Time. I don't mind the opening. I mean, would I need to listen to it every time? No. For me, the gem here is after Foreplay, the song Long Time. I think that, again, it's a very good tune. For me, the top 3 songs on this album are, on the actual album, there's only 3 songs on the first side, and I think they all hit home. They don't miss the mark. It is very keyboard heavy, but I think it has a great delivery overall. The riff in there is really good. I think that riff takes Long Time to the stratosphere. Like I said, I think it's a very good song. So Foreplay, Long Time, number 2.
You okay there, Tom?
Yeah, I'm just making sure everything's okay in my apartment. My
It
number
looked like
two.
it looked like you were really, trying to kickstart a fart there or something for a while. I don't know what the
Well,
hell you were doing.
I was adjusting my angle so that way my girlfriend's not in the picture and moving the couch.
All
And
right.
then my cat distracted me for a second. All right. My number two. More Than a Feeling. I'm honestly surprised myself that this is not my number one. So happens that I love this song. I grew up listening to this song with my dad playing this on the radio when he was playing cards with his friends. And like you said earlier, Rob, this is a band that you'd want to put on in the background to play poker or whatever. And my dad, in fact, had that band playing. And it happened to be More Than a Feeling. So, number two, More Than a Feeling.
All right, we'll let Mr. Clean click back in here.
Okay, number two.
I forgot the jingle
I
to
know
Mr.
Tom.
Clean.
Man.
Darren, why are you logged in twice? Now he's. What'd you do, Darren?
Sorry, my
Your battery die?
My laptop is about to die.
Ah, okay. Anyway, go ahead. Number two, Scott.
Number two, the biggest hit on this album, and it starts off the album and is absolutely fantastic and absolutely rocking, man. It's a hard rock ballad in a way, More Than a Feeling. I can't stress the vocals on this guy, man. And the sound of the lead on this album just absolutely fucking perfect to me. And great song, man. Anybody that knows anything about Boston definitely knows that song, and the majority, that's going to be their song right there. It's my number two this time.
So that was you and Tommy had that at number two? Forgot the bell. Okay, my number two is Smokin', the heaviest tune on this album. Again, I love Boston's ballad stuff, but I wish they'd showcase, at least on this album, maybe they do in future albums, this heavier side. This is a kick-ass, this is about as hard rock as I've ever heard Boston, and it really is a great song.
All right. My number one track on this album is the lead-off track, More Than a Feeling. This song is what got them noticed. It's this song that was on that demo that was showcased by Tom Scholz. I would like to hear what was that version, because apparently the one that made the album is different. The studio wanted them to keep it, but for whatever reason, Brad thought he could do it better, and apparently did. I guess because if it, again, it's my number one track, and I think it's obviously the first single, and it's the kind of what drove the album sales to 17 million. I think it's a great tune. I've always liked it. And that's my number one.
My number one, I hold dear to my heart. Not only was I bouncing up and down in my playpen when this song was playing, I love it for the simple reason I need a peace of mind.
Piece of brain.
That too,
Piece of what?
but peace of mind is my number one.
Okay.
It's just
Go ahead.
it's a childhood memory song of mine. Just I spent most of my time with my dad, after quite some time, and just the fond memories I have with certain bands and certain songs I keep dear to me, and this is one of them, Peace of Mind.
Awesome.
Okay. My number one, before I get kicked out, is Hitch a Ride, man. Love this song. Always have. Freaking love the damn mellow part. I love the lead is just phenomenal. Untouchable lead, man. Even the clapping in it, Rob. Yep. Damn right, man. Hitch a Ride's been my favorite for a long time. And it is one of those songs, man. It's not the heaviest on here by far, but it is one that I absolutely love. I love the sound. I love how he sings it. It's a journey, man. It's almost Pink Floydish, but heavier. So yeah, man, that's my favorite song on here at this point in time and has been for a while.
Okay. My number one is pretty much anyone with a pulse is number one more than a feeling. Probably, if not slam dunk, their most famous song, and in my opinion, until it's proven otherwise, their best song. Fabulous harmony, fabulous lead vocals, fabulous music, and that song is what I think of when I think of Boston. If I want to go and get some tie-dye shirt on and put a little bit of, bandana around my hair, maybe I'll listen to some Hitch a Ride, but Boston more than
Yeah, brother.
That's my
Great song too, bro. Yeah, I agree, man. I understand why it was a single, and I understand why it went so. Yeah.
All right, Darren.
Well, that was it.
Oh, I know, but you're doing this. What am I sitting here for?
I don't know.
Wrap it up, bitch.
All right. So there you have it. We have finished Boston's debut album, self-titled, and welcome to the show, Colby. So I don't know what we have on deck. Anything? I mean, I apologize for my absence lately. The move is almost complete. I'd say 98. We still have 98%. We still have a few items that we need to get out of that house and clean it. But my availability should be a little bit better this week. So what do we have coming up?
Well, right now, other than the Filthy 15, I would think our next ordeal here is Iron Maiden Somewhere in Time.
Okay.
I will, fairness in conversation and everything. I am not looking forward to this. I haven't started it, so hopefully I'll be proven wrong, but that will be the next album on the docket. So everybody power that one in so we can get them in without 5 days off. Darren was busy. I was lazy. So it was a nice 4 or 5 days off, but we're going to try to get back on track here. So that's it. That's all I got right now. And I think since we finished the Kiss album, we'll just come up with something later for that. And we'll just take it one at a time instead of having 400 of them to go. So,
okay. Well,
Iron Maiden Somewhere in Time will be next. I don't know what everybody's availability is this week.
You said I should have availability. So we do need to finish up. I'll have time in the evening.
You'll have when?
I'll have time in the evenings. I would say we can let's shoot for Wednesday.
That work for you, Scott?
Yeah, that sounds fine to me so far.
Tommy, Wednesday you work. What time you off?
Wednesday, I'm off at 3:00 in the afternoon that day, so I'll be available then. It's just Sunday nights. It will be a hard time for me.
Okay, well then we will shoot for Sunday. Christ. Wednesday for Iron Maiden Somewhere in Time. And until next time, thanks for watching.